Hi guys, welcome to Verbling. My name is Hina and I am back again for our 2-hour block of classes. So for this hour, we are going to be learning vocabulary related to the kitchen. This class was recommended to me by Norbert, who I hope is able to make it. So right now in class, we have Yuri, we have Amin, we have Hamid. Welcome back, guys. So Yuri, where do you have to go at 6 o'clock and what time is it where you are?
3 a.m.
Okay, so you're exactly like 12 hours ahead of here. Okay, because it's 3 p.m. here right now. So where are you going? Where are you going at 6 o'clock?
In my train.
Okay, where's the train going?
Sorry, maybe I'm not understanding.
I'm not awake. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so where are you going in your train?
Where?
To work?
Yes, to my English lesson.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you take English classes. That's true. Awesome. So, are you going to be super tired? Are you going to be super sleepy in class? Are you going to be all lethargic? Lethargic. Lethargic. It's like, oh, my eyes won't open.
No.
Okay. It's not a difficult class,
I'm
so we're
okay.
learning. You're okay? That's awesome. So, oh my God, our class is almost full. So we have Imad. Imad's back. Welcome. And we also have, yeah, hey, we have Hussein and Monsi, and Anna. Hi, guys. So the first 2 minutes is reserved for Verbling Premium account users. So as soon as the first 2 minutes up, the spots are going to open up for all the students who are waiting premium account. I can see more and more students upgrading to a premium account. Yuri is one of them. He's always the first one in the classes he wants to be in. That's right. He's giving everybody a thumbs up. Awesome. And Norbert just joined us, and Anna joined us. Anna, is this your first time in my class or on Verbling?
Yes, in Verbling.
Oh, so welcome. Yeah, and Monsif. Hi, Monsif. Well, welcome, Norbert. You should be proud of yourself. Hey, Monsif. Hey, welcome. This is your first time, too. It's really nice having new students join us on Verbling, in the Verbling community. So welcome. Here, I'll do a little happy dance for you. Sorry.
Yes.
My happy dance. I did a little happy dance for you guys.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Is it anybody else's first time?
It's good to meet you.
It's really nice to meet you too, Monsif. So if it looks like our class is full, so let's start. Let's start with introductions. I'm just going to say that today's topic, it's a vocabulary class, and we are going to be learning vocabulary related to kitchen and cooking and food. There is a document that I have, well, we're not going to be talking about food. We're going to be talking about how to make food, and, you know, if you're living in an English-speaking country and you go into the kitchen and everything you point at is this and that, I'm going to help you learn the names of this and that. Can you give me this? Can you give me that?
Yes,
Can you give me that thing? Okay? So you guys don't point at stuff and say this and that. We're going to be learning vocabulary related to items that you commonly find in the kitchen. All right? So there is a document that I have attached with the class description, and Hamid was nice enough to post it in Verbling chat. So we are going to be working our way through that document. And then there are a couple of other websites that we will use after we're done, because that document is basically just a PDF with pictures and words to go along with the pictures. Thank you, Hamid. Hamid posted it in Google Chat as well as Verbling chat. All right, so let's start. Let's start with introductions. I don't know what question I want to ask you guys. Who has a good question that I can demand an answer for today? Recommendation.
Maybe we can ask any experience for cooking something.
Yeah, sure. So let's ask what experience we have cooking food. That's a very good idea. Thank you, Hamid. So let's start. I will start. Welcome everyone. My name is Hina. I am your teacher in this class, and I am from Canada, but right now I live in San Francisco in California, and I enjoy cooking quite a lot. I actually baked a cake yesterday, like a small pound cake, and I brought it into the office today, and I think it's all been consumed. That's how good it was, right? So I don't cook as often as I'd like to, just because my kitchen is not grand like I'd like it to be. But I would say I'm an intermediate to advanced level cook. All right. So let's start with Amin. Amin.
So hi everyone, my name is Amin from Saudi Arabia. Actually, I don't like cooking at all. When I feel hungry, I just ask my little sister to cook everything.
So you just ask your little sister to cook. Okay. Well, that's okay. That's what little sisters are for. All right. Thank you, Amin. Next we have Anna.
Hello. I love cooking. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a cake for my friend's birthday.
I'll bake a cake.
And maybe I'll do a chocolate cake.
Okay,
It's
I'll
the
bake.
best.
Yeah, when you make a cake, you say it baking a cake.
Bake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and where are you from, Anna?
I'll bake. Okay. Spain.
You're from Spain. Okay, welcome. Really nice to have you join us. Okay, next we have Imad.
Nice to meet you.
Next we have Imad.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Imad. I'm from Syria. Actually, I'm a biomedical engineer, so I don't know about that much about cooking. But I really try to make cookies, and maybe it was acceptable.
Okay, so that's awesome that you bake cookies, but why is being like a bioengineer an excuse for not cooking? Do you guys think that's an excuse to not learn how to
it's
cook?
not my job. No, because it's not my hobby. I don't know how to cook. I have not that experience.
Yeah, it's true. I understand. When I was in university, it was really hard to find time to cook good food. It was just easier to go out and buy like an unhealthy meal and eat it. All right,
Yeah,
but you bake cookies, so that's good.
Yeah, it's not related to my everyday life, so I don't know how to bake or how to prepare. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Ahmad. Next we have Hamid.
Yes, hello everyone. I am Hamid from Turkey. I like cooking, and also I like cooking of chemistry of cooking. And when I was at my bachelor term, I prepared something easy cooking meals for students' meal, for example.
Okay, student meals. Yes, for me, student meal is a sandwich. Take bread, put whatever meat you have with some vegetables, and eat it. That's a student meal, in my opinion. Thank you, Hamid.
Pasta.
Or pasta.
Or pasta.
Yes, thank you, Hamid. Next we have Hussein Gurkan.
Yes, hello. My name is Hussein. I'm from Turkey too. I like cooking. I like pasta, especially lasagna.
Ooh, lasagna is a good one. Yes, perfect. Thank you, Hussein. Next we have Mikdami. I don't know. Am I saying it completely wrong?
Mekdam. Hi.
Hi.
What's the problem? Hi, I'm happy to be with you. Hi. My name is Mekdam Zuhair. I'm from Morocco. And I'm not a professional cooker, but I'm a student and I am in the obligation to cook. So I cook. I made an easy meal.
Easy
like
meals.
Eggs and
Yeah.
so on.
Eggs
Yeah.
and like dry food, like noodles. Noodles are really easy to cook. You put hot water and you wait for 2 minutes and oh
Noodles?
my god, it's a meal. Yay! So noodles are like a big student meal as well. Awesome. Thank you, Mikdami. And I think this is your first time in my class, so welcome. Really nice to have you join us.
Okay.
Yeah. Next we have Monsif.
Yeah. It's my first time, and
Awesome. And oh, we lost Monsif. Oh, I hope he comes back. Next we have Norbert.
Hi, I am Norbert from Hungary, and I can cook unhealthy and easy to
Easy to make.
cooks.
Yes, easy to cook meals. Yes.
Meals, yes.
You know, it's really easy to actually cook, not cook, but you know, prepare vegetables, but we don't think of that. It's like, oh no. It's noodles or pasta, vegetables, yuck. My vegetables actually used to go bad lying in my fridge. Oh, so much wastage. All right, thank you, Norbert. And lastly, we have Yuri.
Hi, I'm Yuri from Russia, and last week I with my sister we baked cake for holiday. It was very delicious, but I maybe on pre-intermediate level in cooking.
Ooh, okay. So I'm going to ask you what kind of Russian dishes you've been making once we start covering the vocabulary that we're going to go through. So thank you, everyone, and welcome to everybody who is new. So let's start. But was everybody able to open the document that is attached with the class description?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
I also downloaded too.
Yeah. So Hamid posted it in Verbling chat. Hamid, if you could post it again for all those who are just joining us, that would be great. It's called Kitchen Vocabulary, and it's not going to encompass all of the things that we find in the kitchen, but just the most common ones. Okay, Anna,
Okay.
I'm just going to mute you because so I'm just going to let everybody know that while we're in class, if you're not talking, it'd be best if you keep yourselves muted, because otherwise all the motorcycles that are driving by and the cars that are honking, we're going to be able to hear everything, all right? So just keep yourselves muted while you guys are not talking. And if you have any questions, if you want to say anything, if you don't understand anything, you're more than welcome to unmute yourself and talk. But for the rest of the time, mute is best. I'm going to share my screen and show you guys where the microphone icon is. It's right here. If you click that, it will mute you. If you click it again, it'll unmute you. And for this class, we're using Verbling chat. All right. We're not going to be using Google Chat. And we have Remy in the chat box. He's not going to join us for class, but he's saying he really likes to make macaroni and pasta. That's awesome. And pizza too. So you're a fan of Italian cuisine, Remy. That's great. So let's start. I'm going to be sharing my screen as well, so we can all follow along with what we're looking at and what we're doing. Okay? So this is like a very basic sheet. We're going to look at things more in detail afterwards. All right? And we're going to see how you actually cook stuff with some of these appliances as well. Okay? So all the electronics that you find in your kitchen, most of them are called appliances. Like, that's the general term for them. So your coffee maker is an appliance, your stove, your fridge, these are all kitchen appliances. Okay? So we're going to be looking at a few basic kitchen appliances and how we actually use them. Okay, so let's start. I'm sure everybody has seen this. It's a stove, right? So there's actually a couple of different kinds of stoves depending on where you live. Who can tell me what the different kinds of stoves are?
For example,
oh, sorry. Go ahead, Yuri.
Hamid first.
Okay, go ahead, Hamid.
for example, only baking stove, no upside.
Okay.
No.
Okay, that's a baking oven. That's a baking oven. That's different. So when you have a stove, so you cook on top of it, right? So these 4 circles that we see, you cook on top of them. Yeah, go ahead, Norbert.
Gas stove and electric.
Yeah, exactly. So the 2 major types of stoves that we have are gas and electric. Gas stoves, usually, like you have to light a fire, like you take a match or you take a lighter and you have to like physically light it on fire, and then like there's a fire burning in it. Whereas an electric stove, there's a coil, a metal coil. So a metal coil. All right, and it goes round, and you turn it on, and it gets heated, and you cook your food on that. Okay. So what kind of stoves do you guys have in your houses?
We have a gas stove in my house and electric stove in my dormitory.
Okay, all right. What about you, Imad?
We have the gas stove, yeah, gas stove.
Okay.
And last year we bought microwave stove. It's kind of promoted from electric stove.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, and there's a variety of different. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a variety of different kinds, but the two major kinds are those. So for all those who like baking, this is usually what you use to bake. So the oven, the baking oven in a stove, that's this part. All right. So all those who like to bake cakes and cookies, this is called a conventional oven, and that's how you usually bake your breads. All right. Okay. Next we have a fridge. Everybody knows what a fridge is. What's the full word for a fridge?
Refrigerator.
Yeah, refrigerator. Okay. Oh my God, the thing's not working. Damn it. Okay, so refrigerator. Yeah, so the proper name for fridge is refrigerator. And there's a couple of different kinds of refrigerators as well. So this one has a freezer on top, and the fridge is the one at the bottom. What are the other kinds of refrigerators that you can have?
Small and big.
So small and big, yeah. What else?
Freezer.
Yeah, so a lot of times you have the doors of a fridge side by side. So that's actually more common here in North America, where you have a door, that's the fridge, and then you have another door right next to it, and that's the freezer. Okay? These the fridge with the fridge is at the bottom and the freezer is on top, that's sort of old school. It's kind of conventional, but over here it's side by side. Okay? Perfect. And then you have a freezer.
And Hina, some kind of fridge energy savers nowadays, they are very famous.
Yeah, there's energy saver fridges as well. That's definitely true. Like the light bulb that they use, the light bulb is like an energy saving light bulb, or they don't freeze at too high of a temperature, so you don't need to have constant flow of electricity. That's true. All right. So we have a freezer. Who has a conventional freezer, like this giant big box? Who has that in their house, or who's ever seen one of those?
Me.
You do? What do you
Yeah.
store? What do you store in it, Norbert?
Meals.
Yeah, meals.
Yeah, and no, vegetables maybe.
Yeah, vegetables. This is usually for we have these giant freezers usually at like restaurants or people who have really big families, I mean, you can't store food for an entire family in like a small freezer like this, so people buy it. Yeah.
I have two. I have a brother and a sister, so we are a big family.
Yeah, exactly. And so, well, I guess if you have like 10 kids, no, that is a big family. So if you eat a lot and you don't have space in your fridge, then people buy an external freezer. Okay?
I turn off my fridge.
You turn off your fridge?
Really?
What do you mean?
I don't use my fridge. I have fridge, but I don't use it every day.
So you just use so doesn't the food in your fridge go bad? Like, doesn't it rot?
I have a problem with my fridge. I put any meal in my fridge and I forgot about it. Really.
So it would go bad anyways.
Yes. And I decided to turn off my fridge, and good for my memories. I can't forget about my meals every day, and I must cook every day now. But it's very good, really.
It's good incentive to cook, right? It's good. It's good motivation to cook. Like, if I don't cook every day, then I'm going to have to eat bad food from the fridge.
And maybe it is one of the reasons why you see me only with tea, without any food.
That's That's sort of sad. I'm going to say that's a little sad that we always see Yuri drinking tea and not eating food.
Where is the tea?
Yeah, he's drinking it right now. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Yuri. And next we have cupboard. All right, cupboards. What are cupboards? I mean, I know you can see them, but what are they used for?
We can put our dishes or like these things, glasses, tea glasses.
Yeah, perfect. So your cupboards are where you store all your cutlery and utensils. Does everybody know what cutlery is? Cutlery. What is cutlery? Alright? So your cutlery is like your forks and your knives, alright? So anything that is used to prepare or eat food is called cutlery. Alright? So forks, knives, spoons. Do you guys know what a spork is? Spork?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's a spork? What's a spork? Spork is like a mutated brother of like a spoon and a fork. So a spork is like this new thing that we use where it looks like a spoon, it's round, but it has like the fingers of a fork at the end. So let's have a look at a spork. And people consider it to be a utensil that you use in prison, but I don't think that's true. So spork. It's actually pretty ugly looking. So let's see. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show it to you guys. Okay. Can everybody see this? A spork.
Oh, yes.
Yuri, have you seen this before?
Only in American films.
Only in American films. Okay, so you guys, I guess this is not very common. I guess outside of the U.S. or outside of North America. But spork, it's actually not even very common here. But you find it in certain food courts and places that want to save on plastic waste and everything. All right?
Can you type it?
Actually,
Spork, yeah. I'll type it in spork. It's basically a spoon and a fork. Spork. I don't know who came up with it. It's not a very smart invention in my opinion, but okay. So your cupboards are where you keep your cutlery. Has anybody ever heard of a china cupboard? China cupboard.
Is it used for Chinese?
No, it's not really used for Chinese, but for Chinese foods or anything. China cupboard is where you keep your very, very good dishes. Okay, so like your fancy dishes, your fancy plates, and all all the expensive stuff yet your mother never uses. She just puts it in a cupboard and to show other people. So that's called a china cupboard. All right. So people usually have it for display in their houses, in their dining room. All right. Let's actually have a look at it. China cupboard. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but like we had one of these in our house when I was a kid, and it was like the utensils and the cutlery in here were never to be used. They were just for display, and I thought that was a really absurd concept. Can you guys see this?
yes.
Yeah? Yeah, so a cupboard like this with like glass, and it's like super fancy, and you keep all your fancy cutlery and your fancy utensils in here. That's called a china cupboard. All right? Awesome.
Yeah.
So the cupboard in the picture that we have, that's a regular cupboard. So that's the one that you would have in your kitchen where you keep all the everyday use stuff. But the fancy one is usually not in the kitchen. It's usually in the living room or the dining room. Okay? Perfect. And there you go. And then the next we have our cutlery. We have our knife. We have our fork. We have a spoon. There's a bowl. Okay? So a bowl. Well, what can all right, so Remy is saying we have a china cupboard and it's never been used. Yeah, so that's usually what happens with china cupboards. Your mom like buys all the expensive plates, and then she puts it on display in a china cupboard, and you just never use it. It's really funny. It's like, sort of like a waste of money. But anyways, so a bowl. What kind of stuff can you guys use a bowl for?
Fruits, maybe.
Yeah, fruits. Usually yeah. Go ahead, Norbert.
Just wait a minute.
Yeah. And cereal, right? Cereal?
Pasta.
Yeah, cereal, pasta, usually stuff that is that you have to pour a liquid into, like milk or sauce. It's best to eat it in a bowl because it's easy to scoop out. You wouldn't put it in a plate because everything would just spill everywhere. All right? You have a bowl, it's a plate, cup, mug. All right. So does everybody know the difference between a cup and a mug?
Yes.
Yeah. So
We
cup,
drink beer from mug
yeah.
and tea from cup.
Yeah. So that's a good way to put it. You would drink beer from a mug and tea from a cup. And also,
sorry, but if I drink tea from a mug, must I drink beer from cup?
Norma's like, yes. If you switch it the other way around, you have to do it. Yeah, mugs are usually bigger. So if you want a bigger portion of something, like if you want to have a lot of coffee in the morning, you drink it from a mug. A cup is usually smaller, and it usually has a saucer at the bottom. Does everybody know what a saucer is? Saucer? Okay. A saucer is a small dish that you put at the bottom of a cup. So saucer. Okay. So, for example, when guests come over to your house and your mother finally pulls out that nice china from the cupboard, the cups have saucers at the bottom. So they have a little plate that you put the cup on top of. There's a little like circle made on the saucer, and you serve it to your guests in a saucer. You just don't hand a cup to your guests. You have to put it in a saucer. You have to be polite. Okay? So that little small plate that you put a cup on top of, that's called a saucer. Yeah? Awesome.
Okay.
They're all fancy terms. And you have a mug, you have a glass. So this is just a general glass, but what kind of glass is it in the picture? Who can tell me what kind of glass this is?
Champagne.
No, but you're very
No. It's for wine.
Wine glass. Yeah, this is a wine glass. And there's many different kinds of glasses. You have a champagne flute glass. Okay? Let's have a look at that. So a champagne flute glass. So that's like a longer, it's longer, and it's, I'm going to show you now. Okay, can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, this is not what I wanted. I did not want to go to this page. So yeah, so this is a champagne glass. So the glass that is like really, that has a wide mouth, that is a wine glass, and the glass that has a narrow mouth is a champagne glass. Okay, and there's many different kinds of glasses as well. What we're covering is just a very general term for glasses. Okay, awesome. Let's move on. You have pots and pans. All right, everybody's familiar with these, and each pot and pan has its own picture, has its own name as well. So Hamid is asking for a picture of a cocktail glass. Okay, cocktail glass. Cocktail glasses are short and small, and they can come in a variety of different sizes as well. Okay, this is actually, I found a good picture. I can show it to you guys and see what cocktail glasses are. All right. So these shorter ones, these are cocktail glasses. So this is a cocktail glass. All right. This is your wine glass. So as you can see, there are different kinds of wine glasses as well. There's one that's really wide, and then one that's not as wide. And then you have your champagne glass. And you have your champagne flute glass. Okay? What kind of glass is this? What kind of glass is this? Who has ever watched James Bond? Who has ever watched a James Bond movie?
It is for martini.
Yes, this is a martini glass. Perfect. All right? Okay, there's like noise coming. Yeah, could you guys please mute that? Yeah, so this is a martini glass. Okay? These are cocktail glasses. This image right here. All right? So these ones, cocktail glasses. And again, they can come in a variety of different sizes and shapes. And these are not even all of them. There's like lots and lots of different ones.
And shots.
And shot glasses. Yes, how could we forget shot glasses? Good. All right, so we have pots and pans, and we have a frying pan. Okay? So can everybody see the difference between a pan and a frying pan?
Yes.
Yeah?
What we can cook in pan?
In a pan or a frying? In a pan? Okay.
In a pan, yes.
Okay, so what can you guys cook in a pan?
vegetables with it might be very delicious. It's very vegetables, and you can. I'm not sure.
You can make sauce.
Yes, yes, and sauce, and it's very comfortable.
You can make sauce. Yeah, you can make sauce. You can make soup. You can even make broth. Who knows what a broth is? Broth. So, for example, if you
Meat water.
Yeah. So, for example, if okay, just give me a minute. Bilal Fethi. Hi.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, welcome. I'm just going to
Hi,
say,
how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine.
That's awesome. It's great that you joined us in class. I'm just going to please ask you to keep yourself muted because every time you unmute yourself, there's a lot of static and it's very noisy. All right. So if you're not talking, please keep yourself muted. And if you have a question, then you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
I want to participate in the class.
Of course you can participate. Like, I'm not telling you not to participate. I'm just saying that I don't know what it is you're doing with the microphone, but when you're unmuted, it's very noisy. So you are more than welcome to participate, ask questions, talk. But when you're not doing that, then just keep yourself muted. Is that okay?
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. So yeah, so you can make soup, you can make sauce, you can make broth. So it has this little spout, this thing here. So this is used for pouring, all right? So if you make, if you make special kinds of tea, if you make a special tea, then you can pour the tea straight from the pan into a mug or a cup because it has this little spout here, this little area that you can use for pouring. Okay, what's a broth? Who can tell me what a broth is?
And it's when you have a meat and water and boil it, for example, 2 hours. And in conclusion, you have a broth and a bone, yes? Bone?
A broth and a bowl.
Yes.
Yeah, so perfect. So broth is when let's say chicken broth. So you put chicken in water and you cook it. So you turn the heat up and you cover the pan. So what happens is all the flavor from the chicken gets mixed in with the water. And then you can make soup out of that broth, okay? So a lot of times if you have like vegetable soup with fish broth, then the water that the vegetables are cooked are in the soup, that was cooked with water and fish, okay? So what does it mean of broth? That's brother. Okay, if you put an ER at the end of broth, it becomes brother. Come on, Hamid, you know that. All right? So there's a couple of things you can use a pan for. Now, what's really interesting is what do you use a frying pan for?
For eggs.
Sorry, Emma. Sorry, Emma. Fry eggs. Okay, so let's see. So frying eggs. What else?
Meat sometimes. Meat, onions.
Onions, yeah. So what is that called when you put a little bit of oil in a frying pan and then you put vegetables and you cook them really, really quickly and then you remove them from the heat? That is called something. What is that? That's called to saute. All right? To saute. That is a way of cooking. So a lot of times if you don't want the food to be drenched in oil, what you do is you put a little bit of oil in a frying pan and you heat the oil. When the oil is hot, you throw in vegetables, like you throw in onions, you can throw in peppers, and then you quickly cook the vegetables and you remove them from heat. Okay? So that is something that you can only do in a frying pan, in a shallow frying pan. In a shallow frying pan. Okay? What does it mean, shallow frying pan? So it's not deep. Okay? If you have a deep frying pan, then that is called deep frying. So deep frying is when you have oil in a pan that is very deep and you heat the oil and you completely submerge the food and the vegetables in that oil. That's called deep frying. Who can tell me one very, very popular food that we make by deep frying?
Potato with chips.
Yeah, French fries. French fries. Yeah. French fries, you don't make them by sautéing them, all right? You don't just put them on top of the oil and remove them. No. You put the entire potato inside, like, well, after you slice it, of course, you put it in oil, and that's called deep frying. All right?
You know, Hannah,
Yeah, hi.
that
Hi,
that
Ahmed.
your class makes me hungry a lot.
I don't always teach classes on food, but if you're hungry, then maybe you should go eat something.
You're not alone.
You cook?
Yeah, well,
You cook well?
I like to think I cook well. I haven't managed to poison anyone yet, so I think I cook okay. All right. So crepes. So Ahmed is asking crepes. So crepes are spelled like this. Crepes. Okay. Crepes is for a frying pan. No. So what we cook a crepe on, that's not a frying pan. That's a different appliance. Okay. And you're not sautéing it. There's a different procedure to make crepes, and we'll get to that. All right. So frying pan is used for shallow frying. Shallow frying is when you are frying eggs. And then sautéing is when, for example, when you are sautéing vegetables. So that's what you use frying pan for. Okay? So pan, frying
Mrs.
pan.
Hina?
Yes. I'm sorry, my name is, it's not Mrs., it's Hina. You don't have to call me Miss. You can just call me Hina. Go ahead.
Hina?
Yes.
Can you be slow in speaking and pronouncing letters? Because I'm Tunisian and I can't understand you when you speak quickly.
Okay.
I want to hear you speaking slowly.
Okay.
Slowly. Okay.
Slowly. Yeah. Am I speaking?
In order to understand.
Yeah. Am I speaking too fast for everybody? Like, is everybody having issues understanding me, or?
It's okay for me.
No.
Okay. All right. But I can speak even slower. That's okay. All right. So.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. So yeah. So we have pot, pan, frying pan, and we have a sink. All right. So sink is usually this entire, this basin. So this hollow space where the water falls, that's part of a sink. So a sink is made of a basin and a faucet. Okay. Who can tell me what a faucet is? Okay. Faucet is the part of the sink that you turn on and off where water comes out of. Okay. So you see these two handles on the sink? So these two, and then this kind of long thing, and then water is going to come out of here. So this entire structure is a faucet, and then what the water falls into, that's a tap. Yeah, that's another word for that is a tap. Okay.
Can you borrow me this tab, Yuri?
Can what? Sorry.
Borrow me.
Yura has one.
Oh, Yuri has one. Why do you have a tap with you, Yuri?
Okay, throw it.
Because he's Russian.
And the cam.
It is very difficult life of software developer in Russia.
It can upload me one.
Oh my god. And is that from outside your house? That's the one that you, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yuri, what you're holding, is that from outside your house? Like how you water your plants? Is that how you turn the water on to water the plants in your garden? That's a faucet as well. That's a different kind of faucet. So yeah. So tap, faucet, very same things. And they make up part of the sink. And then the big hole where everything falls into is the basin. All right, so those are the parts of a sink. All right, awesome. Let's go on. Trash can. Another name for a trash can? What's another name for a trash can?
A bin?
Garbage can, yeah. No, garbage can. Trash can, garbage can. What's a dustbin? Dustbin. So that's what, bin or a dustbin? What are those?
Should be for the dust.
Yeah, garbage is usually when you have like a lot of waste that you want to get rid of. Garbage cans and trash cans are bigger than dustbins. Like you don't have a trash can in your room, right? Like you don't have like a giant box full of garbage in your room, right? You have a small dustbin and then you throw the garbage from the dustbin into the trash can, okay? All right, so dustbin is smaller version of a trash can or a garbage can, all right? Microwave oven. I think this is the most commonly used appliance in the kitchen. What do you guys think?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah? Well, what's the most commonly used appliance in your kitchen? Sorry, Ahmed? Oh, it's really hard to hear you, Ahmed. Your connection is really, really weak. Okay, so microwave oven, in my opinion, is the most commonly used appliance. Okay, what can't you put in a microwave oven? What can you not put in a microwave oven?
A cat.
Cat? Okay. Well, if you're in China, you apparently can. No, you can put metal. Okay, you can't put anything that is metallic. You can't put it in a microwave oven. All right.
But it's very beautiful.
It's very beautiful and it's fast, right? Microwave ovens, if you have a conventional oven, they're so much better to use than microwaves, but they take a lot longer, right? Like a conventional oven, you have to wait for it to heat up, then you put the food in, but they're very healthy in terms of heating the food up. Microwave, because they use radiation, they're not the healthiest thing to use, but they're really, really fast, you know? Like in a conventional oven, a pizza would take 45 minutes to bake. But in a microwave oven, that could be 10 minutes. All right? Because you're using... yeah, go ahead, Yuri.
Eggs.
Eggs, yeah, exactly. Eggs. And again, it's not
beautiful too. Try do it.
I know.
Good advice.
I actually saw somebody cooking eggs in a microwave oven for the first time last week. I have never seen anybody do that. I went to this bagel place and
Is it working?
Yeah, it worked. So what they did was they had eggs, they had beaten the eggs. Everybody knows what it means? Beaten eggs? Yeah, beaten eggs. So they put eggs in a bowl and they mix them really, really well. So when you mix eggs, it's called beating eggs. You're not mixing them. It's called beating eggs. You can mix the eggs into something else. So he had beaten eggs in a bowl, and I asked him for an egg bagel. So he pulled out this bowl and he put beaten eggs in it, and he put that in the microwave. And I was just looking at him like, oh, what are you doing? and then when he pulled it out, it was like very loud. It was like I think 20 seconds or 15 seconds, and he pulled it out, and there were these fluffy eggs, like really, really big fluffy eggs, and I was like, what? So that was my first time seeing someone use a microwave oven to cook eggs. Okay? All right, next we have toaster, and we have a jug. All right? Jug is used for pouring liquids in large quantities into smaller quantities. All right? We have a toaster, we have jug, we have a blender. All right, what's a blender?
When you want to mix, cocktails.
Yeah, making. So if you want to make a juice, or if you want to make like a cocktail of fruit, right? So you can put apple, you can put mango, you can put banana, and then you turn it on. You turn the blender on this way, and it mixes everything. Okay, this is how
a mixer.
A mixer, yeah, a mixer basically. This is how you make milkshakes. Well, mostly in your house, this is how you make milkshakes. All right. What is a juicer? And this is different from a blender. So what's a juicer?
We put an orange.
Yeah.
We put an orange and we push to in order to make it as a juice.
Squeeze.
Yeah, squeeze.
Squeeze fruits. Squeeze fruits.
To squeeze fruits. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Ahmed. So, for example, if you want to make apple juice, you don't squeeze the apples yourself. So what you do is you cut the apple and you put it in this little hole, all right? And then you press it down with this. And you press it down and you turn on the juicer. And it's sort of like what a blender does, but it keeps all the solid contained within this little yellow box, and all that seeps down is juice. So So this is a really good way to make orange juice or apple juice or, you know, any fruit that is hard to make juice out of, like pomegranate. Who knows what pomegranate is? Pomegranate. Okay?
Can you type it?
Yeah, I'm writing it. Pomegranate. So pomegranate is a very popular fruit, and I think it's really, really nice. I think it tastes really good, but it's very hard to make juice. It's very hard to make juice out of it. So you can make juice out of it in a juicer, right? So I'm just going to share my screen and show you guys what a pomegranate is. There we go. This is a pomegranate. Have you guys seen it before?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I ate it, but without.
Yeah. So this would be a good fruit that you can put in a juicer to make juice out of, because it would be really hard to make juice out of it otherwise. Okay. So that's the difference between a juicer and a blender. In a blender, you put everything as is. So you put all the solid and it mixes everything together. But in a juicer, it just squeezes out the juice of the fruit that you want to get the juice out of. Okay? Pomegranate syrup is good for salad. Yeah, pomegranate syrup as well as like pomegranates themselves. They're pretty tasty on salad. Okay? Okay, so blender, juicer. Ooh, what is this? Who can say this word?
Ladle.
We can prepare our meals like just a minute.
Yeah. So this is a ladle. Okay. This is pronounced ladle.
We can shake our meals with this.
It's actually not for shake. This is not used for cooking. This is used for pouring soup. Okay. So this is a ladle. So for example, when you have a big bowl of soup, you don't scoop it out with a regular soup. So you put a ladle, you put it in, you scoop it like this, and then you pour it into the smaller bowl. Okay? Oh my god. Yuri has a ladle. Okay, so that's awesome. Yuri has all of
The guy, he must speak in the kitchen, from the kitchen. Oh my god.
Yuri's like, I need the ladle right now. Right now, get me a ladle. Get me a faucet right now. I need to show these people what these items are. Okay? So that's awesome. So what Yuri showed us, that's a ladle. And we don't use that for cooking. You don't mix food with it. You pour soups and punch. Everybody knows what punch is, right? Punch is a very popular, dish that we serve at parties. So it's a mixture of fruit juice, and you put fruits in it, and it has ice in it as well. So there's a big bowl with fruit juice and fruits on top and ice in it as well. So you take a ladle and you scoop out the juice and you put it in a glass and then you drink it, okay? So punch, soup, again broth, and you use it to get the liquid and pour it into something else, not for cooking. Yeah, exactly. You put meals from A point to B. Okay, basically liquid meals, all right? Like you would not use this for a solid meal or like meat. You wouldn't use it for that. Liquid meals, you use a ladle to move them from bowl to bowl, okay? That is the ladle. And what is this? Who can say this?
Colander.
Yeah, what's a colander?
It's for pasta.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you do with it?
It's a filter, and the water will go through the...
I think filtering the water.
Yeah, that's basically it. So you want to dry the pasta, right? You don't want to eat, wet pasta. So after you're done cooking the pasta, you put the colander over the sink, and then you drain the pasta in it. So the action of doing that is draining the pasta. All right? So you're getting rid of all the water. And so what is collected in the colander is the pasta, and the water is all, it goes down the sink. Okay?
The water is the broth?
Sorry?
The water is the broth in this case?
Yeah, exactly. The water would be a broth. But we don't, I don't know who would want to have like pasta broth. If you want to eat that, that's up to you. But in this case, the water has become a broth, but you dump it down the sink because it doesn't taste very good. right? I don't know if nobody should drink that water. Also, when you're cooking pasta, it's a little dry, so it's a little dusty, so all that gets collected in the water. So I would not recommend anybody drink that water, drink that broth. Okay. Ooh, next we have a couple of complicated stuff. What's a grater? Grater.
It's perfect tools.
Perfect tools. Okay. What do you?
Yes. You can slice. Maybe not slice.
No, you grate. You grate. So if you grate
vegetables.
Yeah. So cheese.
And make salad.
Yes. Perfect.
Or you can grate and then you can suit these vegetables.
Yeah. So it grates. So what a grater does is you rub. So you rub the it's usually used for hard vegetables. You can't use it for soft stuff. So for example, yeah, carrots. So you take a carrot and you like rub it up by the grate. So over here, these are really spiky, and then it shreds it. So what it does is it shreds the carrot into smaller pieces, and then you can put that on top of salad, or you can mix it in with food. Something that we use a grater for very commonly is cheese. Okay. You guys know, like, big blocks of cheese, right? When it goes hard, or if it's too difficult to eat that way, then you grate it. You make it smaller. You know Parmesan cheese? Parmesan cheese? That's grated cheese. Okay? So that's grated cheese. You go to a pizza place, they have grated Parmesan cheese, and you can put it on top of your pizza. Okay? This is a grater. And it doesn't and what it does is it grates vegetables, all right? And what's grating? Grating is a way of shredding them, okay? Shredding them, like pulling them, tearing them apart. Okay, beater. What does a beater do?
We use to whisk eggs.
Yes, perfect. Whisk eggs. Whisk eggs.
And right? Electrical mixer.
I have better.
What do you have, Yuri? Show it. Oh, he has the tongs of a whisk of a egg beater. Yeah. Go ahead, Ahmed.
It makes dough or kneading.
Dough, yeah. Well, kneading is making dough with hands. So when you say kneading, you're automatically saying that you are making dough with hands. So kneading. Okay, who knows
dough. What was the beater?
Sorry? Kneading dough, yeah. So kneading dough is when you take flour and water, and it becomes like this rubbery substance, and then you make it softer with your hands. That's called kneading. So what's one way to what do you cook with a beater most commonly?
Cake, maybe.
Cake, perfect. Because you need to beat the eggs, you need to whisk them, you need to make them soft. So a beater is most commonly used to do that. All right, but that's not the only thing. Cream, for example, whipped cream. Whipped cream is usually made by, like, a lot of whipped cream is usually made with a beater. Okay. So there. And these are not very common. You won't find these appliances in every kitchen. If there's somebody who bakes or who needs a beater in the house because they make cream or cake or whatever, then you'll find it. Grater, again, you won't find a grater in every house. It's very, if you eat that kind of food and need the food to be shredded in that kind of style. All right. Okay. Kettle. What's a kettle?
For making tea.
Cooking tea.
Yeah. We don't cook tea. What do you do to tea? You don't cook tea. You brew.
Boil water.
You brew tea. Okay, brewing. All right. So when you put water and then you put the tea in it, and then you leave it on the stove. So that's brewing. So you're letting all the smell and all the flavor of the tea mix with the water properly. That's called brewing tea. Okay. You can do the same thing with tea bags. All right. So you put.
And we distribute the tea with it.
Yeah, basically. All right. Kettle is just used for heating the water. All right. So you heat the water and then you can pour it into into a pan, or you can pour it into a cup, and then you brew the tea. Okay. Next, we have dishwasher. I feel dishwasher is something that is very, very common in North America, but maybe not other parts of the world. Who here has a dishwasher in their house?
We have.
Hamid? Okay, so you have dishwasher in Turkey. Who else?
We don't have.
No? Sorry,
I've
Akem?
never seen.
You never seen a dishwasher? Okay, so yeah, yeah, Norbert, go ahead.
I have seen it in the UK.
Okay.
This.
Okay, awesome. So that's what I'm not too sure that I know dishwasher. This should be common in Europe, but I'm not too sure. So dishwasher is basically this big thing that you have in your kitchen. It's usually next to a sink, and you put all your dirty dishes in it, and then you close it, and then you put a little bit of detergent. It's basically a laundry for dishes, right? The dishwasher can be thought of as laundry for dishes. So you put all your dirty dishes in it, and then you put a little bit of dishwashing detergent, you close it, and you turn it on. And then water runs through it, and it cleans all the dishes. Then you open it, and the dishes are clean. Okay? So this is something that's very commonly found here in North America. I don't want to say all houses have it, but almost all houses have dishwashers. And like I said, I'm not too sure what it would be like in other parts of the world. Okay, next we have a coffee maker. Who here uses a coffee maker?
Self-explanatory.
Sorry, Ahmad?
I said it's self-explanatory, coffee maker.
Yeah, but it's very simple. But who here uses it? Who here has a coffee maker at home that they use? No one. Oh, Yuri does. Yuri has a coffee maker. Okay.
Yes, I have one.
Okay. So if you
But
don't,
I don't like make coffee in coffee maker really.
Yeah, a lot of people like instant coffee. Okay, instant coffee is when you have a packet of like dry coffee in a powder form, and you just put water and milk in it, and you make instant coffee. All right.
Sorry, Hamid, a coffee maker in another flat. It's not here.
Okay. Oh yeah. Next time we'll see a coffee maker next time. Okay. Next you have a hand blender. This is pretty much the same thing as your blender here, but you hold it from here, and you push down on the fruits and vegetables that you want. All right. So this is usually for space. If you don't have the space to have a full-fledged blender, then you can have a hand blender and accomplish the same with a hand blender that you can with a regular blender. Okay. Cutting board. Everybody knows what a cutting board is. Okay. What is a yeah, you
can cut the onions, tomatoes.
Basically everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what the next picture? What is that?
Used for milk, maybe sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Water.
Yeah. So this is a pitcher. What is the difference between a jug and a pitcher? So this is a jug. We already covered this, but it's a pitcher. What, aside from the fact that they look a little different, what do you think they're used for?
The jug. When we put the tea in the jug, it's still hot.
You put the tea in the, okay, all right, that's another way of looking at it.
Jug is metallic, pitcher is plastic.
Yeah, that's usually the difference, okay? And over here, in North America, we would call both of them jugs, all right? So pitcher, it can carry more water. So for example, when you go to a restaurant, they have pitchers of water. They don't have jugs of water, okay? So when the waiter or waitress comes over and pours water in your glass, that's a pitcher. A jug is a little smaller, and it's usually metallic. You can put hot beverages in a jug. You cannot put hot beverages in a pitcher because it will destroy the pitcher because it's usually plastic. It's not metal. Okay? So in a restaurant, the waiters and waitresses use pitchers, not jugs. Okay? And we are on the last page. Scale. This is pretty self-explanatory. So this is to weigh whatever you want. So if you're cooking, if you're baking, for example, and you need to have, say, 4 ounces of, I don't know, flour, then you can weigh it on a scale. You put the objects on top, and then it tells you how much it weighs. Okay. You have a dishcloth. Dishcloth, basically exactly what it says, a cloth for drying dishes. Okay. Cake pan. So these are holes. All right. This is used for sieving. We covered that word today. To sieve. To sieve. All right. So that's when you put flour up in here, and all the impurities in the flour are collected here, and the flour goes through, and then you can put it on top. This is also used for icing. And lastly, we have a corkscrew. What is a corkscrew used for?
You can open the wine bottle.
Yeah, exactly. So Yuri has a corkscrew with him right now. So you turn the corkscrew into the cork of a wine bottle, and then you pull it out. Okay, this is called a corkscrew. Okay?
Unfortunately, I don't have wine bottle right now.
No! Alright, so that was our little PDF about some of the most common objects that you find in a kitchen. Alright? Would you guys like to make this into a series where I cover more objects in a kitchen in different classes? Because these are just some of the basic ones, alright? There's a lot more vocabulary to be covered. Yeah? Norbert's like, yes, I don't care what anybody else says. I want it. That's awesome. So thank you guys. It was really, really fun talking about this stuff. I would recommend that you print out those pictures and maybe put them around in your kitchen so you know what they're called. Like where your pots and pans are, you can put a picture of the frying pan. Where your appliances are, you can put a picture of the blender or the toaster, or where your utensils are. So that way you can, when you look at them, you'll learn their names just because you look at them so often. All right. So thanks everyone. It was really nice. Oh my God, there's another Norbert. Oh my God. I'm like, wait, that's done. Oh my God. Okay, so that's awesome. Sorry, I was just taken by surprise. So I'm going to end this broadcast, and I'll be back because I'm teaching the next class as well. All right. So thank you everybody for joining me for this one. I'd love it if you join me for the next one too. I'll see you all in then. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
See you.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you very much.